Sorry.
Bring the boat back in 30 minutes.
Where's the light then?
Welcome to River Cruises. My name is Valeria. I'm going to be your captain for today. You can call me Valeria, Valerie, or whatever you like. I'm not here talking to you. We're going to be spending the next 30 minutes together. Just before we start, I do have to let you know some safety rules that we have. First one, please remain seated the entirety of the tour. We have some very low bridges, and I am 4'11". So if I cannot see where I'm driving, I don't know about you, but those notes are fun to me. Please keep your hands, arms, legs, elbows, or anything that could be outside of the boat, inside of the boat. If you are wondering about life jackets, I do have some. They're in the hatches here in front of me. But my advice, if you find yourselves in the river, stand up and walk out. And that's saying something. And one last thing, I have to let you know, it is not allowed to smoke or vape on the Riverwalk, but you are allowed to drink as much as you want. And personally, that's my favorite rule. And those are all of my rules. Are we ready to get started? Come on guys, it's 4th of July, you can do better than that. I'm sorry, right behind us is called the Stargazer. The Stargazer is made out of Mexican volcanic rock. So the same material as molcajetes are made out of. And she is holding and their guesses about what they think she is looking at. Some people think she's looking at stars. Others say she is looking at the sun, the moon, or even the future. But folks, I am the tour guide. I do study this stuff. She is actually looking at when are the Dallas Cowboys finally gonna make it to the Super Bowl. It was a joke, you can laugh. But I am actually kidding. It was a joke, I didn't mean it. We will win, I promise. But no, the artist Pedro Reyes left it open for interpretation. So every single guess would be correct. So technically, now you can hear the bells. They're coming from church on my right, on the street level. We have this big tower with the cross on the very top. That is the San Joseph Catholic Church. It was established in 1868 by Germans. Here in San Antonio, we have a lot of German prisons. That's the reason why we have cities nearby like Fredericksburg, Bernie, New Braunfels, Kerrville. So, in the 1800s, the Germans wanted to be able to practice their religion in their native language, and so they built St. Joseph's Catholic Church. As of today, every single month, once a month, there is a choir that performs German chants inside of the church. So if you're yearning for a German sermon, that's where you want to go. Very quickly, on my right side, on street level, you'll see a red sculpture right there on my right. That red sculpture is called the Torch of the Torch. That was a gift that we got from the country of Mexico in 2008. The artist who made it, Sebastian, said that it represents the friendship between Mexico and the United States. Sebastian says that the friendship sometimes is chaotic, sometimes is harmonious, but it is always niche time.
Karon.
We're going to be making stuff here just because we are about to enter the natural part of the river and we do have some upcoming traffic. So we're just going to let this yellow boat pass and then we're going to continue. I always do this stuff even if I don't see any boats coming just because I know you may be thinking that it sounds cool, but trust me, playing bumper boats on the Riverwalk is not as exciting as you think it is. I learned my lesson my very first day. Yesterday was a very stressful day for me.
You see the big building they stack together with cranes? There it is.
If you look behind me on my left side, you're gonna be seeing another angle of the torch of friendship. So if you wanna take a picture of it, this is your shot. No pun intended.
Alin dyan? Alin dyan? Oh, may nagdupa-dupa ako. Alin dyan? Birds of friendship.
I'm sorry? You love dogs? I know. That's the thing. Every single time I'm doing tours and I see dogs, I'm just like puppy, but I have to fight the urges to say it out loud. Over here, we are going to be going a little bit slow, only because on my right side, we have another one of our ticket locations. So because people are loading and unloading the boats, we do have to go a little bit slow just to prevent them from falling on the
Dyan,
river.
another location.
But the building on my left is one of my favorite pieces that we have here on the Riverwalk. This big building on my left is the Hilton Palacio del Rio Hotel. It was built in 1968 in only 202 days. If you do the math, that's like 7.5 months. Even I took longer to be made than that hotel did. Now, the way that it was possible to build this so fast is the contractor, H.B. Zachary, built the first 4 floors right here. And then all of the 500 rooms that this hotel has were built in a site about 7 miles away from here, from start to finish. And I'm talking every single room had beds, curtains, side tables, Bibles, towels, anything that needed to be in the room was there. And then the rooms were brought here and they were stacked on top of each other, kind of like Legos. So, even though the official name of this hotel is the Hilton Palacio del Rio, we the cool kids call it the Lego Hotel. This right in front of us on my left side is a historic La Villita. La Villita translates to the little village. This right here was the first neighborhood in San Antonio, and as of today, you can find restaurants, we have galleries, attractions, and shops right here at La Villita. Because everything is
Tubang ka mo, tubang.
That is good. This right here, guys, this is the Artisan River Theater. We got this theater in 1941. It has a capacity of 800 people, and we actually still use this to this day. Just tonight at 8:30, we will be having a show. It's the Fiesta Noche del Rio. They said that April 25th would be the perfect day. Not too hot, not too cold. She was definitely not from Texas. But next time you're watching that movie, during that scene, you can literally say, I was there. That's what I do. When I watch the movie, I like to pretend that I was driving the boat and she saw me. Happy 4th of July! So proud, okay. This building on my right is the Briscoe Western Art Museum. This museum opened its doors in 2013 and it preserves and interprets the history, culture, and art of the American West. Some of the objects that you can find inside of the Briscoe Museum are Pancho Villa's last known saddle, General Santa Anna's ceremonial sword, and even an interactive diorama of the Battle of the Alamo. And I can see that some of you are already looking at it. Yes, we are going to be going through this low bridge in front of us. No, I will not be giving you a free haircut today. Don't worry. What? You want me to give you a free haircut? In this economy? Who do you think I am? I work for tips. I cannot do that. So, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anything for free from me today. Maybe next time. I'll see how we do it. Oh my God!
Attendant.
Guys, on my right, look at my right. There's a wedding happening. Oh my God! Congratulations!
Victoria.
Congratulations!
Lagi nagpata.
So funny enough, this little island, we actually called it Marriage Island. It is naturally shaped in the shape of a heart
Oh.
by the roots of that cypress tree. Every single year, there's an average of 300 weddings that happen in that island. So you already saw one, you just need another
Victoria.
209.
Lang man tigatin.
Mill crossing, because back in the 1800s, a lot of people were using this part of the river to cross their horses and carriages to the other side. Now, if you look to my left, all the way to the top, you're gonna be seeing an American flag in this tall building. This is the Tower Life building. It was established in 1929 to a cost of $3 million. Which in today's economy, that would be about $36 million. So, you know, very cheap, very affordable. If you have good eyesight, at the very top on the corners, you might be able to see some gargoyles poking out all the way up there. And much, much lower, just above tree line here on my left, by the second row of windows, you're gonna be seeing some very ugly faces. Can you see the ugly faces? Here on my left, by the second row of windows, yeah. Those ugly faces are called grotesques. They remind me so much of my VA bar, remember? Like, people were going there every single day. Getting that different type of buzz. Is it okay? But here we are going to go a little bit slow, just because on my right side, we have our final ticket location. Same tours and everything, it's just a different pick-up and drop-up location. But this ticket location on my right is inside of the Aztec Theater. The Aztec Theater was established in 1926, and back in the day, it was famous for showing black and white silent movies. Some people say that if you pay close attention, sometimes you can still hear some of those silent movies play. Thank you for laughing. I do run my own jokes. And this beautiful bridge right in front of us is the Selena's Bridge. Anything for Selena. We call it like that in honor of the Hano singer Selena Quintanilla, because in 1996, Jennifer Lopez was on this bridge filming a scene for the movie Selena. That's right. Jenny was out of the block, she came right in. The building on my left is La Mansión del Río Hotel. In 1853, this used to be the St. Mary's School for Boys. Along the years, it became St. Mary's Academy, St. Mary's College, St. Mary's University of the Law. But officially, in 1968, it became a hotel. And then in 1977, it got renamed to La Mansión del Río.
Very fine.
Ooh, okay. Passing this bridge, I want every single one of you to look to my left, all the way to the top. You're going to be seeing a flat building right now. Everybody, to my left, all the way to the top, all the way to the top. Oh my God, is that a flat building? What? I'm just messing with you. That's just an optical illusion. This is the Nick's Hospital. Opened in 1930, the Nick's Hospital was one of the first medical centers in the nation to be fully air-conditioned. A lot of famous people were born there, like Carol Burnett, Oliver North, Michelle Rodriguez from the Fast and the Furious franchise. And did you guys know Selena Gomez? Oh yeah. Because He was not working. The next hospital has been closed for a few years now, but they do have plans to turn it into a hotel. Which, you know, a hospital from the 1930s becoming a hotel, that does not sound like the beginning of a horror movie whatsoever. Speaking of hotels, we have one here in front of us. This in front of us is the Hyatt Regency Hotel. The Hyatt Regency was established in 1981. It is 16 stories high, and this is actually the fastest way to get to the Alamo from the Riverwalk. Now, because this hotel is in front of the Alamo, they had to do a lot of shadow testing when they were designing it. Only because we have a law that says that you cannot cast a shadow over a battlefield memorial, which the Alamo happens to be one. On my right side, we have the Casino Club building. Can I see your faces? I'm sorry guys, but no. It is not an actual casino. Everybody calm down. The reason for the name is in 1927, two associations merged. The Casino Association and the San Antonio Club, and that's how they got their name. As of today, the first two floors are a restaurant, and the rest are apartments. So if you wanted to live on the Riverwalk, you would actually be able to. And we are now in personally my favorite part of the Riverwalk. We call this Restaurant Row. We have every single type of food that you can imagine here. We have Mexican, Italian, Mexican, German, Mexican, Chinese, Mexican, Indian, Mexican, Tex-Mex, Mexican. Did I already say Mexican? Because we have a lot of Mexican food right here. If you are interested in getting a charter or a dinner book with any of this restaurant, you can talk to the managers and they will give you all of the information to make that happen. And speaking of Mexican restaurants, we have one of my favorites on my right side. The one with the light and the beautiful colorful umbrella is Casa Rio. Casa Rio opened in 1946, and they were the first restaurant here on the Riverwalk. And not only that, Casa Rio was also the first people to introduce the idea of having boats on the river. Yeah, just back then the boats used to be a lot smaller. They used to be little gondolas and the building right in front of us, a little bit on my left, that says Marriott, is the Marriott Hotel. I know. And this one is actually one of my favorites. The Marriott opened in 1988. But back in 1906, there used to be another hotel in that exact same location called the Fairmont. So when the Marriott wanted to build their hotel, they wanted to tear down the Fairmont. But they were not allowed to do it because that was considered an historical building. So they did the best next thing, and they decided to move the Fairmont Hotel. And yes, you heard me right. It is not a joke. In 1985, it took 6 days, $36 with 8 wheels each, but they actually picked up the Fairmont Hotel and they moved it to a different location a couple blocks away from here. So remember, ladies, if he wanted to, he would. There is no excuses now. On my right side, on street level, we have the Tower of the Americas right there on my right. The Tower of the Americas was the centerpiece of the 1968 World's Fair. It is 750 feet tall. And for 28 years, that was the tallest sight building in the country. That was until Las Vegas heard that we always say that everything's bigger in Texas, and they said... Question, yes. So the city of San Antonio was founded in 1718. Yeah, so we have 307 years old? I'm bad with math, sorry. Yeah, over 300 years old, the city of San Antonio. Oh, if you look to my left here on the sidewalk of the Riverwalk, we have this little statue of a man holding a baby here on my left. The baby has a six-pack. I wish that was me. No, seriously, look to my left. Look at that baby and tell me that he is not ripped. That's gonna be me at the end of the year, I promise. This is San Antonio de Padua. The man, not the baby. That statue was a gift that we got from Portugal in 1968 for the World's Fair. And San Antonio is actually the saint of lost and missing articles. So a lot of people use that statue kind of like an altar. So people come here and they leave flowers, food, sometimes they even leave money. And then they bring to San Antonio to find whatever it is that it smells. Yeah. And whenever I'm having a bad day, you know, not really making a lot of tips, I go there and I look for gas money, lunch money, or just whatever I'm in the mood for. Yeah, San Antonio has home nuclear rent before. He's a real one. Look at it. Ooh. This in front of us is Shops at River Center. This mall was established in 1988, and this is actually the second biggest mall in San Antonio. So there is some performance happening right now, so I am gonna remain silent just out of respect for silence.
Thunder to lightning.